If you think black people were the only ones in slavery, white were slaves too. The Irish were slaves too. The Irish were Hitler's servants. They were all. You need to go back and read the history. You need to go back and read the history. Because my beliefs is I don't judge anybody by skin color. I judge them by the people they are. Honestly, it shouldn't just be Black Lives Matter. It should be all lives matter.
All lives matter. Black lives don't matter. That's why that term was coined.
White lives matter.
No matter what color, black, white, purple, yellow, green, we're all supposed to be created equal. And we all equal nowadays. We're all equal nowadays. You know why? Because of some racist KKK. Hey, what? Shut up your church. It's not me. We're not created equal.
Thomas Jefferson came up with all men are created equal while he owned and raped slaves.
Do you know how hard it is to leave your job as a white convicted felon?
This is where the disconnect goes, guys. This is where classism and racism come so close. And a white man who is a lower class and who deals with some of the same struggles can think that he understands our struggle because that's where classism fits in. But what he does not understand, and what you could never understand, never in a million years could understand what it means to walk in his skin. When your 15-year-old son walks outside, if it's raining and he has on a hood, you don't have to fear that he's going to get gunned down. You don't have to fear if your turning signal is out that you're going to get shot 9 times in the back. You don't have to fear if your girlfriend forgets to pay a ticket and she goes to jail that she's going to end up getting hung in jail. You don't have to fear that. You don't have to fear that your mother and the elders in your family are going to be at church praying and some racist bigot is going to come and execute them one at a time while they're praying. You don't have to fear that as a white man. You may be of Irish descent, but you are a white man in America. You don't have to fear these things.
So do you think white privilege exists?
Probably. I've never experienced it.
You can't. No, he's right. He doesn't
let me finish up.
He doesn't know he's experiencing.
I was down in Florida from April to October. We applied for all kinds of jobs. We got maybe two callbacks. And we've basically been homeless in a homeless cycle for 2 years now. So if it exists, I can't tell.
But you have a felony though, so that contributes.
But I'm not just applying for restaurant jobs.
No, okay. Well, let me tell you something. I've been in a homeless cycle for almost 2 years, and I have 2 masters, a bachelor's and associates, and 12 years experience in my field. No felonies, no drugs. Why is it that I'm in the same boat as you? I'm in the same boat as you, as a black educated woman with 12 years of experience in corporate America, living in the deep south.
Are events like this regular? These are just flashes in the pan? Are these just small things that flare up?
Well, just like you mentioned earlier, you know, this is a big tourist area. They make a lot of money off of tourism. So, you know, when something happens, they got to do PR work and, you know, clean up on it pretty quick. That's like the whole thing with the Charleston Strong thing. They want to keep pushing that so that way, oh, it's just unity and stuff like that. You know, we marched, we did anything. None of that got any headlines. They went ahead and nipped that in the bud real quick.
Look at something real quick, real fast. You see that? Holy City, Holy Bible, slave tours of Charleston. What that? See that? Holy Bible, Holy City, slave tours of Charleston.
What that tell you?
That says the Holy Bible, Holy City, slave tours.
And they're generating. You see, they're driving past the church because they're doing a tour. That lets you know. That lets you know some of the underlying racism that we're dealing with here.
And is that people monetizing?
Yes. Exactly. And a tragedy that just happened where the blood, the graves aren't even healed over yet.
And then you got a black guy driving that truck.
You got to look at what happened before the Charleston Strong. We rioted in Missouri. We rioted in Baltimore. So if I'm the person that's making all the money off of this economy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and stop the black people from rioting in my city. So I'm going to come with you to your neighborhood. I'm going to hold your hand and I'm going to say kumbaya and pretend I like you. Yep. And then when I think you back down to being submissive, I'm going to go back and I'm going to do to you what I always been doing.
And one thing I want to add, right? Just like we was talking about the other day, a couple of days after this incident occurred, you had a city police officer, Wes Ashley, was talking to some little children, and they was going back and forth, and the police officer told the children, all right, that's why your people down there holding hands. I'm going to church and get hurt. Don't go to church and get killed. Now that was several days after this incident happened. You would have a Charleston City police officer turn around to some little kids and tell them, don't go to church and get hanged or killed. And nothing happened to that officer. Exactly. And that incident was swept under the rug, and we got it on tape. That's the mentality of what we face.
The good old boy system is still in effect, especially in North Charleston, where Mayor Keith Summy has his separate sect of good old boys.
I understand that North Charleston is 80% black, but the cops are 80% white.
What does that tell you?
What does it tell you?
You have the minority ruling over the majority.
Exactly.
Sorry, say that again. I think I said
You have the minority ruling over the majority. So you have to make sure that the minority stays asleep, because if they wake up, you know you're gonna lose your power. And that's what we are trying to do.
And see, that's the biggest fear in Charleston, in North Charleston, is people like us awakening the disenfranchised. Yeah. That's why they doing what they doing to keep our mouths closed. Because, like we said previously, you got black pastors, black politicians that are pimping and tricking out the people for their benefit.